People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal's under 23s were defeated a goal to nil against Tottenham Hotspur. You never want to lose at any level. You never want to lose to Spurs at any level, people, which is obviously disappointing. But I think Spurs, away from the banter and the rivalry, they deserved the 3 points. They worked hard for it. And, they follow on from their 18s last week defeating us, people. It was a bit of a weird one because I think they had a Mole, a trialist, former Arsenal player, on the bench for their team. I think they also had Marcel Tavernier, I believe his name is, mispronunciation, a Chelsea lad, former Chelsea lad on trial. So Spurs are probably looking for a few bodies at that level, similar to what we did with our recruitment. I don't know. So yeah, man, that was a bit of a weird one, so I thought I'd mention it. Shout out to Alfie Whiteman and Keziah Sterling. Keziah Sterling went to my school and used to play for my team, as did Alfie Whiteman. I've watched it in the same way I watched Tariq and Martel and Vashon. It's like Reece Oxford as well to a degree. It's Darnell Furlong too. It's weird seeing people you've played football with or used to play for your team but go on and become ballers, and it is what it is. And obviously for their goal scorer, Rodell Richards, forgive me if I'm wrong, he's a former Arsenal lad once upon a time, so I'm sure his feelings of playing for Arsenal are gone. He's a Spurs man now, but I'm sure it's always sweet to score against, your former team. Whatever reason he left Spurs, the Arsenal, the 20-year-old. I don't know if he left for getting released, didn't like it, preferred preferred Spurs, I don't know, but it must have been sweet. It's a bittersweet game for me, because I think, first 20 we could have not wrapped this up but set the tempo. I feel we was all over them. Credit to Spurs, I'm seeing man just, having efforts, people are just flying in, putting their bodies on the line, committed defensive displays. Alfie Whiteman's at it, saved a lovely shot from Olinka. There was a number of important blocks and tackles and saves early on from Spurs. They were equal to it. They didn't panic, but it looked good. The only effort I was really scared of is later on in the first half when, was it the first half? I can't remember, but Janil Bennett, someone that we should be aware of, he's got all the skills in the world, burst through and Hein had to make a big save. He was 1v1 and he made a big save. But other than that, I wasn't really scared, apart from the handball shouts, I think it hit Harry Clark's hand personally. I could be wrong, but we got away with it. Other than that, I feel, I wasn't necessarily scared. I feel we had a very strong 20 minutes. I feel both teams gave as good as they got, really. Spurs broke, we broke. They've got good technical players, as do we. I think we both cancelled each other out. I think both teams probably lacking quality in the final third to really test the keepers beyond the occasional stuff that is happening. I felt Spurs were respecting Lewis and Balogun too much, and I feel they were quite nervous at times in that regards. I feel Balogun's decision making kind of cost him in this game because he could have had a goal early on, really and truly. But I just think we just needed to up it, really and truly, man. And just before half time, actually, just before the break, Spurs broke down our right at will and should have scored. Our defenders were nowhere, had all of the net, but Keziah Sterling, if I remember rightly, failed to bag. Yeah, man, it was a real heart in mouth moment, really and truly. But other than that, we wasn't really tested. I did like Daniel Yorke's performance at fullback. He put in a convincing performance, and in the second half they counter-attacked us and he made a lovely vital tackle. I think Catalan Sirjan was a bit quiet on the wings. He's been playing on the wing at this level, but that's to be expected. He's just stepping up. I feel second half kind of first followed on from the first half. Both teams are trying, as they get tired, legs and gaps are starting to open. I feel Spurs almost were playing with a second wind, and when they scored, it was a bitter pill to swallow, man. It was a lovely team move, and I think Keziah Sterling plays it to Richards. It's a sweet strike on his left peg, and he puts it to the far post of the keeper, and they take the lead. And we try to the whistle, but it wasn't meant to be. And it is a bittersweet one because I did think the game was there to take in the first 20 and we didn't do that. But I have to give it to Spurs, they remained penned in, they soaked up the pressure. There was some nervy moments, like I said, Whiteman had to make a number of saves. There was a number of, important headers and clearances and blocks from their defenders. 17-year-old, I can't say his name, but Dermy Lusala. Dermy Lusala, his fullback that got a bit of a buzz around him at Spurs, making his first start at this level. Forgive me if I'm wrong. He done a number of important things in the game, and for a young man like him, it's convincing performance for him playing against a couple of 20-year-olds and whatnot. So yeah, congratulations to Spurs. It's been a good couple of weeks at academy level for them. Their 18s and 23s now have won in recent weeks. Obviously, they defeated us in a pre-season game as well. For us, we go back to the drawing board, man, because it hasn't really been the best of starts and the most convincing of starts at 23's level for us. And we know it's a bit of a mix and match season because most players that want to make real progression. I'm not gonna lie, they're not in the not too many are around Arsenal's first team. Arsenal's under 23s, only the sort of younger ones. You know, that you got the Tyrese's, the sort of Tyrese and Coyle. They're all trying to play first team football. So you know, it's a season of adaptation, really and truly. We've got younger players stepping up. We've got some new signings coming in. You know, there's still question marks over a couple of players' futures at this level, people. In relation to the game, people, you know, we had 49% possession to Spurs is 40.6. You know, they had 4 shots. They had 4 shots on target. We had 1. So yeah, man, there are a lot of things we could have done better in that game, and it is disappointing. But you know, congratulations to Spurs. They did what they needed to do. And I'm just gonna check our next fixtures for you people. Who do we play next? And I really shouldn't do this in the event of it messing up. There we go, under 18s. Doesn't get much easier for us, people, does it, you know? It doesn't get much easier. I think we've got Chelsea away next. It's a bit scary, isn't it? And our under 18s got West Ham on Saturday. It's a bit of a scary one, isn't it? Chelsea's under 23s after playing Spurs, so there's no time to feel sorry for yourselves, 23s. You got to get up and go again. That's going to be a tough game, really tough game. But if you believe in yourself, that's half the job done. That being said, people, it's been lovely speaking to you guys, but I'm going to keep it moving. It's always a pleasure, as I said. DG, I'm out.